All right, welcome to North Hudson Public Works / Utilities Committee meeting of July 16, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. Item number 1 on our agenda is called to order. Roll call, please.
Trustee Keller?
Here.
Trustee Olson?
Here.
Chair Pike?
Here. Item number 2, approve the minutes from our last Public Works meeting.
I move to approve our minutes from June 18th, 2024.
I second.
Any discussion, changes?
No.
I mean, it wasn't AI developed minutes, but we looked them over and they look good. All right, no further discussion on that. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 3, comments from the floor, and we have crickets in here tonight. Item number 4, Michelson Street North slip lining update. Matt.
They came through and did the pre-cleaning and the televising, and they said so far it's looking on schedule to slip line it here by the end of the month.
The end of the month.
Correct.
So to be completed by the end of the month, this month?
That's the way it sounded.
It sounds like this Thursday is what
This
they're-
Thursday or next Thursday, he was thinking,
Yeah.
but he didn't give me a hard date,
Good.
but he
But
will
the-
reach out.
We definitely want it done before Pepperfest.
Yeah, it should go pretty fast.
Okay. Will there be any restoration or repair type work that has to go with this at all?
No, nothing on the surface.
Okay.
It'll be everything underground. Yeah.
Any questions about that one? You guys? Okay. Item number 5, the proposed pressure reducing valve or / PRV approach motion statement approval requested.
I motion to approve the transfer of $33,000 from the 210 Sewer Repair Maintenance Fund to set in an escrow account for village residents that have PRV valves in need of replacement reimbursement per resident not to exceed $700 after September 1st, 2027. All valves will be assigned to homeowners and no longer be a village responsibility.
I will second that.
All right, so discussion. Since we're televised, can you give a brief explanation to the residents about?
Yep, I'll start at the beginning. We're working on a consolidation. That's one thing that the village is responsible for. That is fairly unique to the village, that the village is responsible for the pressure reducing valves. In most communities, it's the homeowner's responsibility. We went out for RFP, which is a request for proposal to get bids to have a company come in and do all of them. We couldn't get any interest just because of the communication it was involved with the village, the homeowners when they're home to replace them out. So due to the not getting any response to the RFP, we decided that if the homeowners want to replace it before September 1st of 27, they can do that, and then we will reimburse up to $700. The last one that the village did was like $680, and that was pretty extensive, so that's why we came up with the $700, just for a little margin of error. So the residents will be able to contact the plumber of their choice, get this done before September 1st of 27, submit their invoice, and then get reimbursement. One thing to put out there is it's not going to be you show up with the receipt and you leave with a check. It's going to have to go through the board, get approved with finance, and then we'll mail out your check for up to $700, but not to exceed the amount of the repair.
Good call out, yes.
So, for those that don't understand, there are 47 of you that have pressure reducing valves, it looks like, in the village. Explain what those do.
So there's a booster station on Woodcrest, and what that does is gives you your water pressure. Leaving Woodcrest, it's too high for a household. I believe code says 80. You have to knock it, anything over 80, you have to have a pressure reducing valve. So we have pressure reducing valves going into people's houses that are all set around 70.
Okay.
So the water pressure isn't too high for all the systems in your house.
Okay, so if you're one of these 47, how are you going to know that you're one of the 47?
Because you're going to get a letter in the mail
Okay.
explaining to you basically what the motion statement says in more detail, explaining the process, and then you will have until September 1st of 27 to, and it's optional. If you're fine with it, you don't have to do it if you want to, but at the end of the day, it's going to get reassigned to the homeowner. So the best interest would be to take advantage of this, so when it is your responsibility, it's brand new.
So, and they'll have till after September 1, 2027 to take care of this and get reimbursed by us.
Yep. And after that, it's, no matter if they've had it replaced or not, it'll be reassigned to the homeowner and homeowner responsibility.
Okay.
No longer village responsibility.
So you're gonna find out, so don't call the village if you're listening to us tonight. You'll get a letter in the mail that you are one of these 47 that have a pressure reducing valve in your home. And then if you have further questions after that, beyond what you've heard us say today, call the village. Right?
Perfect.
All right, we have a motion and a second. It's a spending issue. Dusty?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, it passed. And that will go to, I'm guessing both finance and the board next.
Correct.
Right, yeah, okay. All right. Item number 6, chair update. I don't have anything to add except, no, nothing to add. Item 7, engineer report.
Only thing that I have is Fifth Street project still on schedule, end of August to start that project. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll schedule a pre-construction meeting with Matt, village staff, and kind of go over everything with Hudson. And again, I'm only expecting a couple of weeks worth of work there. By the time they come in, pulverize, and do some of the manhole adjustments and repave it, it should be a pretty short project.
Who's doing the project for us?
Hudson.
Okay.
Yep, they're a pretty big company. I've worked with them a number of other projects before, and they're well qualified.
And you're
So
thinking it starts on what, around what date?
he said the end of August, so the end of next month is what he's.
Definitely after Pepperfest.
Yep, we'll make sure. Yep.
Okay, great. Any questions about that project? Do we have sidewalks on Fifth Street?
We do,
Both sides?
correct.
How are they looking?
They're not involved with this.
I'm just wondering if,
Yeah.
I think Fifth Street's pretty good. There's some real big buckling from those trees on the boulevard, you know, some spots like that, but they're not in horrible shape.
okay, it was just, I was curious.
Yeah, they're not bad.
All right, anything else, Mr. Engineer, that you have for us?
That's it.
Okay. Item 8, director report, project updates, Matt.
I kind of went over the projects that are going on right now. Fifth Street is coming up. We will notify the residents and when we get an exact date for that. Other than that, we finished up our EAB trees for the year. Feel free for residents to call if you have any of concern, but we have used our entire grant money and we will get back after it next year.
And that was cutting down the trees, correct?
Yep. Removing all the infected trees. We did not get to all of them, but we got a lot further than expected.
And then I just asked a while ago, but the stump removal for the residents that are questioning, that's had that in a few months.
Yep, we're gonna probably, well, we have it reserved for October and we'll start grinding in October when the weather cools and it's a very labor intensive task, so we're gonna try to put it off till summer's dwindling down.
Makes sense.
Hopefully a little cooler out. Yeah,
Yep.
I have run one of those. It gets hot. Do you know approximately, maybe percentage-wise, of the number that we have left versus what we've done?
I think we did 73 of them out of about 120, so next year should wrap it up and then we'll start working. This is all depending grants and funding on the replanting and
Okay.
revitalization of our urban tree canopy.
So where we've taken them out, we're gonna put in something else?
Some places where it's appropriate.
If it's boulevard related, it would obviously be trees that are not gonna buckle sidewalks and stuff.
Correct, yep, and that's went to the Parks Board, and we now have an approved tree list if you're gonna be planting in the right of way.
Good.
So we can try to
That's good.
avoid some of these, putting silver maples 2 feet from the curb and some of that stuff. So that's went to the Park Board, and hopefully we have a better grasp on what we're gonna be planting.
Does that happen to us, that neighbors just not realizing that it's boulevard, actually plant trees in our boulevard?
Daily.
Really?
Yeah. Usually we can stop it in time because they'll call in a locate and we can
Okay.
tell them, hey, you gotta, because we have a permit, we have an application process to do this and make sure that it's approved with a tree and everything. So sometimes people just aren't familiar, but usually we can catch it if they do the right thing and call in
A locate.
a locate, then we could say, hey,
Does it happen?
we need to know where it's gonna
Man,
go.
if they dig out there without a locate, that's a little dangerous too, isn't it?
Yep, yep, not advised.
Residents, don't be digging in the boulevard. Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Any other questions for Matt? I've heard, great job on the trees, by the way,
Oh, thank you.
by more than one or two residents. Much appreciated what you guys did. All right, that takes us to item number 9, Public Works Capital Equipment Current and Future Budgeting. So, do you two have anything that you want to ask Matt and or Kevin about that you think we might need for future budgeting?
I do not at this time.
I don't either, unless you guys know of something that you do need.
Yeah, and I don't have anything myself, but normally right about this time, since you sent out the budgeting thing, we're gonna be looking at you and saying, what do you want? What do you think you need? Is there equipment? And we've seen your list, how dated, some of the equipment is. And maybe next meeting is August, so maybe by next meeting, you can give us a little bit of a proposed budget
Yep.
for Public Works. And it's really, mainly, we're looking at capital, not,
Okay.
not your whole budget, not staff costs and stuff like that, just, we're looking at equipment.
Okay.
All right, that takes us to item number 10, future agenda items. So on the future agenda, the budget stuff that you want, that's all I have. You guys got anything, or are you guys?
I do not.
I mean, we'll get another update on, by then about the, how the slip line went. right?
Yep.
Yeah,
And will you have any more info on the Fifth Street project?
yeah, we should. Yep, at
Is
the
there
next meeting.
anything else that's coming? Any new roads that we're gonna be building soon, or?
Not to my knowledge.
I don't think so, yeah.
What about, I should ask you when we're under your part, how are we with the training for the manhole stuff? and all that?
Yeah.
We have not gotten to that. I actually have a appointment with ESS, which is the company that would be doing it here on the 27th, I think it is, Thursday. So that's when we're gonna go over everything and, set up the training schedule and go from there.
So, okay, in addition to the equipment, we would kinda like to get some kind of number, so when we're budgeting, we can push for as much money as we can get for you guys to do as many as you think you can do.
Okay.
So, Flex Seal. That'd be great.
All right.
Anything else?
No, good
Future
Let's
question.
think of.
All right.
Are we prepped for probably a bad winter?
Yeah, more than we've ever been.
Yeah.
No room at the end for more salt, so that'll help the budget this year, because we didn't use
We
any
didn't use
last year.
much, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
And what you guys remember, we have to order some, right, each year?
yeah, we already took this year's order. We
So, yeah,
crammed it in there.
so it's all in there.
Well, we should be ready. Hopefully we don't run out.
Are we done with the blue barrels? We emptied all
Yep.
those, right? Yeah.
There's not one left in the village.
Okay, good. All right, if there's nothing else, we are adjourned at 5:43 PM. Thank you.